This episode of Real Voices of Happy Valley is about the Hebden Bridge Folk Roots Festival, which Dave was instrumental in setting up, and now, having passed on that baton, he works there as a stage manager, which means he gets bands and individuals on and off the stage and talks about them, introduces them to the audience. He'll be talking to the people who help get it organised and keep it running smoothly and thoroughly enjoy themselves by all accounts. And some of them, it's a bit difficult to hear because of background noise, but we thought it was worth keeping those bits in.
Yes, one or two of the sections are interviews in the corridor, in the bar of the Trades Club, and outside in the street, Home Street in front of the Trades Club, the area generally known as the Smokers' Lounge, where people like to sort of gather for a while. But it is about those who make it happen rather than those who appear on the stage.
Yeah.
So I hope you find it interesting. So, who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm Hannah Nadeem and I'm here volunteering with the Hebden Bridge Folk Festival. So we're just getting ready. I just had a bit of to do with some balloons going down the street.
I noticed you lost some balloons.
We've recovered the balloons. I think we're having another go at putting them up, but I'm not involved anymore, so it'll be fine.
So what
it'll happen this time.
So you're volunteering. What are you volunteering to do?
I'm just, the bit I'm doing is making sure we've got enough volunteers so that everyone's made to feel welcome, come to this lovely festival and knows what they're doing, and we sell some tickets and we might break even, you never know.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? All right. And you're working with Nigel.
I'm working with Nigel, yes. Nigel's a stalwart. He's been doing this for quite a long time.
Is this your first year?
I've never been involved at all. I've managed to escape up until now.
So you'll know by Monday afternoon whether you're willing to do it again.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, we will see. I'm sure it'll be good.
So, Nigel, how long have you been involved?
Trying to think. I took over as company secretary and treasurer in late 2019. At which point we were starting to plan the festival in 2020, and then obviously that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And I've been on board all the way through the pandemic, and we had our first festival last year after the pandemic in June, which is a fantastic success, and
it was, wasn't it?
This is the next one, basically. So yeah.
So it's ongoing. So you're the company secretary.
I am. Yes.
Is that because you want to be company secretary, or because nobody else would do it?
A bit of both, really. I'm involved in the Fox and Goose co-operative pub in Hebden Bridge as well, where I'm a director and I was a secretary there. So. Yeah. They needed somebody on the Folk Roots Festival, so I just took it on board, basically. So.
Well done. Well done, you.
Lots of the punishment.
We're just about to start. We're waiting for the first band to turn up and sound check.
Yes, that'll be good. Yes. Very exciting. It's actually happening.
Yes, so, yeah, on we go. So, Holly.
Hi, Dave.
We're about to start the Hebden Bridge Folk Roots Festival.
We are indeed.
Tell me what your role in it is.
So I'm technically the chair of the committee, but that means that I'm involved in all sorts of aspects of the Folk Roots Festival planning, so booking bands, getting funding, doing the promotion, working with all the other lovely committee members, just getting things ready for the weekend, and it's here. And we're in the box
about
office.
To start. We're actually just sitting waiting for the first band to come and do their sound check, aren't we?
Yeah.
And they are late, as
of course they are, but there's quite a lot of traffic outside.
Yes. I've had word from Firelight Trio. They're going to be here about they think they're going to be here about 4:15, but they don't know what the traffic's like, so that might be 5 o'clock. They're the headliners for tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. And then we've got Lone, and I haven't had word from them, so hopefully they're not too late.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And Laszlo
Baby are coming about 6.
Oh, you did say that.
And I have warned them about the traffic.
I did know that. I was supposed to know that. You told me that yesterday, I think. So we're sort of imminently about to start sound checking. So how are you feeling at the moment?
I don't know, I'm excited, I'm a little bit nervous. It's only the second time that I've actually been part of a festival that has come to fruition and happened because when I first got involved, we got shut down by the pandemic.
Yes.
So we started a festival that couldn't happen.
Yeah. It's okay. Come in.
Yeah.
This is people are arriving. That's always a good sign. It's always a good sign. I'm doing a podcast about what's happening. Are you volunteers?
We are the Money Honeys, so we've done the box office cash desk ever since the thing first started between the two.
Excellent. And now we're awash with people. This is no, that's okay. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. We were just saying that it can be a bit nervous just before everything kicks off, and then perfectly timed, everyone starts to arrive. I will talk to you again at the end of the weekend, and probably during the weekend, see if you're still feeling positive and excited. So, what are you doing? What's your name and what are you doing here?
My name's Jan Limer, and my colleague here is Chris Pogue, and we have been doing the box office pretty much from day one. So we call ourselves the Money Honeys. Because that's what we do, we look after the money, and we just absolutely love it, don't we, Chris?
Yeah, so you get to meet really interesting people, don't you?
Yeah. And what's nice is everybody's excited, they know it's going to be a great weekend, so what's not to love about helping them with the wristbands and kind of, organising bits.
So did you get to hear much of the music?
Oh, I'm so sorry I never go. I just really enjoy my box office role, and then I'm at home and in my PJs and ready for bed by 9:30.
That's fine, because I mean, a festival requires all kinds of people and skills and things. I mean, I go to a lot of festivals and I know people who just turn up, erect terrace fencing, and then come back 3 days later and take it down again.
We like helping people and we like being with people, so it's just a really great role for us. So. And we've worked so many years together that we know how each other thinks, so we just complement each other.
Bit of
She's
teamwork.
organised, I'm not.
Yeah. She's very quiet, isn't she?
She's lovely. So.
I notice she talks a lot the rest of the time when there's no microphone in front of her.
When the mic's off, she'll natter away like a good.
I've got a very high-pitched voice, and it doesn't sound high-pitched in my head, but it is when it comes back on that.
Oh, well. I support Everton Football Club. My hero when I was a kid was Alan Ball, and you haven't got a high-pitched voice like him. But, sorry, go on.
And how's it going how do you feel it's going so far?
Well, so far we're just doing the third sound check. Right. So, and then all the music will actually start later on. But
all the acts here now?
The three for today are all here.
Yeah.
One of these lots are late because they work and have just come out of work. Another band of Firelight Trio, they've come down from Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And actually nearly made it on time, which is always good. Yes. But one of them, the keyboard player, he's been here loads and loads of times with his other bands and what have you, so he knew the way.
In actual fact, both shifts we're on are happening when the folk festival isn't on.
Oh?
Because the folk festival starts at 7 tonight.
Yeah.
And we finish at 7.
And when else are you back?
And we're back in tomorrow morning.
11 till 12:30.
Oh, until the music starts and then you're off again.
But we could go, we know we could.
No,
yeah.
We just really like helping.
We could go all the weekend.
Yeah, we know that.
Thank you. And as far as all the punters are concerned, thank you for them as well, because without you, this wouldn't happen. So I'm standing at the entrance to the concert room. Lannon are on the stage. It's alright, she was in the last band. With Sue and Mick. So, Sue, you've been here for ages at the Trades Club.
Well, we're very happy doing the door because we do the door quite a lot for Trades Club gigs, and it's always a really nice atmosphere, and everybody's so happy when they come here, and when they leave the gig they always say what a great time they've had and what a great place the Trades Club is. So doing the door is actually a pleasure.
And the Trades Club's here all year round, isn't it? And this is just a weekend folk festival.
This is just a one-off for the last, I think, 9 years, a folk festival, which is really well organised. It's been built up year by year and into the lovely event it is now.
It is indeed. There's more people going in. They've got wristbands.
Yeah.
Yes, and Nicholas clocking their wristbands as they went in.
Go on, see them off, Will.
So, but Mick, you also are away, is it next week with Metallica?
Oh, well, yeah. Just one of my jobs.
And Slipknot.
Slipknot as well.
No, it's them that's caused me the trouble. That's why
But you do a lot of tours with big bands as well as...
normally it's when things go pear-shaped, they call me. So if you ever see me sort of around any of these places, then you know it's gone pear-shaped.
Something's happened. Well done. So what else do you do around the valley?
I do bookkeeping actually as well as truck driving. So
here
actually as well. I've done that for probably nearly as longer than I haven't. Certainly since 2007.
At least, yes.
Probably a new.
Yes, you were. When I was working here. So you got yourself a useful bloke here, Sue.
I didn't choose him for his usefulness.
I'm not going to ask any further questions. Okay, thank you.
I'm Maliki. I'm a member of the Trades Club, and I'm also helping out on the festival.
As you do most years?
Yeah, try to. Try to.
So you sort of, you just help out generally with moving gear, moving furniture,
whatever's needed.
Yeah,
really just general.
And you enjoy it? You enjoy the folk festival?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's also about putting things back as well. Do you know what I mean? It's about contributing, making.
That's a common theme. Everybody wants to contribute to the community in some way.
Yeah, give a little bit back. If everybody gives a little bit back, then it becomes.
It all works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So besides helping out at the Trades Club and at the Folk Festival, what other things do you do in...
Contribute, whenever there's things going on, for example, if there's a clean-up in the local, say, community gardens or whatever, then I'll do that and contribute to that.
There seems to be a common theme in the valley, just people helping out, helping each other. It's a very cooperative place, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a local, are you? Originally.
No, I'm a blow-in.
An incumbent. I've only been here 25 years. I'm still an incumbent. I was reminded recently.
Yeah.
But and it's one of those places where people who blow in and come in generally are welcomed anyway, aren't they? So there's no kind of there's no great rejection. There's no kind of oh, you're a blow-in, you can't. There's none of that. It has changed, I think, a lot over the last, 10 years. I think it's kind of become a bit more, for want of a better word, gentrified. It is, isn't it? Yes.
And with it, obviously, the landscape changes because obviously you've got a lot more Airbnbs and you've got a lot more second homes.
Yeah, which doesn't do anybody any good, really, does it?
It kind of impacts on the makeup and the dynamics in the community a wee bit, because obviously if you only see somebody 4 or 5 times a year, then obviously it's
and the shops change.
Leaves a gap. Leaves a gap in
the shops change a bit, don't they?
Well, the shops do change. There's kind of.
We'll go to Todmorden for the useful things in shops, but you can get any kind of coffee you like here. So, Jason, pardon me while I'm having my lunch.
2 hours.
So, you all right?
Yeah.
All right, just give us a moment. Yeah. So, you're the sound engineer for the weekend.
Yes.
That is a job. Some people understand what that is, and some people have never heard of a sound engineer. So, what do you do to make the whole sort of festival work?
Well, it's depending on how many acts. Depends on how complex the setup is. It's combining however many bands you have into one, so you know what all the instruments are that you've got coming into the mixing desk.
So at the moment it's set up for 3 different acts.
Yes.
There's a big sort of unusual looking drum kit, a couple of guitars. I'm not quite sure what that thing is attached
It's
to
a
that.
bass synth. Yes,
What's
bass
that?
synth.
A bass synth.
Synthesizer,
Right,
yes.
I understand.
Just producing bass, sort of synthy bass stuff.
Yeah, and Henry's got all his
effects
sort of
pedals and
effects.
looper
Yeah.
as well. He has there, yes. So yeah, there's all that as well. And it's all got to fit in, so I know where everything is for each different band, and
you've got to know which channel it's going through.
hopefully you get all the artists in at one time, so you can fit it all in nice and neatly.
And you've been doing this for a while, haven't you?
About 25 years, yeah.
Right. Well, you were in
recording studio. I started off first for about 10 years in a recording studio in Huddersfield as an in-house engineer, which is like rocking horse. Very rare to get a job.
Yes, I understand
Very
what
rare.
you're saying about. Yeah, but
Yes.
it's different, isn't it? Working in a studio and working with live
Yeah,
acts.
it's understanding what what you can get out of your musician, and it's all about the time as well, because they're only in there for a certain amount of time, so you have you've got that amount of time to get everything down that they want, So which is different here. I can't do anything about how they play, or unfortunately sometimes, but I can, redo a take in the studio if they mess up. I can record over the mistakes and compile it all together, mistake-free, usually, depending on the time, of course,
But
that you've got
also,
to spend on it.
it's an interesting thing that's often occurred to me is Ruth last night with the Firelight Trio brought an instrument. I had never seen one of them before. Nickel Harper. I believe it was called. Had you worked
It's the
with
first
one
time
of them?
I've used one of those. Yeah, I'm surprised because everything those instruments give, at 4 octaves, from essentially a stringed instrument, really played a bit like a piano. It's amazing.
Yes,
I thought the sound out of it was fantastic.
it was, but you
yeah.
got to learn quickly what it does, what it is, and what it does.
Yeah, well, obviously I treat it like a cello, stroke violin, and it was very stable as an instrument. It didn't want engineer's problems of feedback. Those types of instruments can feed back and give that high-pitched noise, which hurts people's ears.
And that's the point at which some people realise there's an engineer around somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
Let's blame him.
Yeah. If you can't sort it out, which obviously, yes. It was. Very stable instrument, very interesting instrument.
Yeah,
lovely sound out of it.
Okay, well, thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
And I think you're doing a marvellous job here.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
I'll buy you a drink later.
Yeah, thank you. Do you remember Lucette, who used to visit at Mythen Meadows?
I do, Lucette Beale. She was lovely, French Armenian, I think, originally. And I used to visit our ex-neighbour Elsie in Mythen Meadows, and her friend was Lucette, so I started going to see her as well, and I used to take Spider, the dog, who she loved.
He did, and she had a lovely granddaughter, Lydia, who went off to New Zealand.
Yeah, with Nick.
Lucette's son, Trevor, it turns out, was a musician and a songwriter, and people have rediscovered his music recently, and been featured on Radio 3.
Wow.
And John Armstrong, who you know, among others, were sort of talking about him and about the launch of his album. Unfortunately, Trevor died in the late 80s.
I was just going to say, are we talking past tense? Oh, that's really sad. I didn't know Lucette had a son who died.
Yes. Anyway, I got a chance to talk to Christine, Trevor's wife.
All right.
And Lucettes and Lydia's names came up. I spoke to her in the bar of the Trades Club, so the quality of the recording is not very good, but it's really quite interesting.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just going to...
A little bit healthily anxious because I was going to be speaking and didn't know how many people were going to be here. Are you recording?
I am, yes.
I'm thrilled to bits to be able to have said some things about Trevor's life and of course my life. This is a really nice guy.
And it comes out in his songs.
His beauty comes out, and it comes out in his songs for sure, absolutely. You know, and the humour. And I was just saying to Liz's partner how clever he was as well. You know, like. And when he died at 33, I tried to make sense of it for a long, long time. So why would God? Did you know Lucette Beals, who was really instrumental with the ground floor? She with Mick Schiller-Beer and a lot of people. But Lucette got the Freedom of Halifax for her work with the disabled community, and she was instrumental in getting wheelchair access at the cinema in Hebden. So she was always in Bridge Times, Halifax Courier. And me and Trev used to laugh and think, oh God, my mum's in the paper again, you know.
Right. Okay, thanks for that. Was Lucette in... what's it, the place in Mytham?
She was in Mytham Court. Mytham Meadows, that's right.
I did know Lucette.
You did know her?
Yeah.
She had a wheelchair, and Grandad was really grumpy. He'd take her...
Yes.
Lovely.
My wife used to go and visit them a lot.
She said, yes, I think I remember her going.
Yeah.
Did you have like a whippet? Or some kind of dog like looked like a
spider.
Spider!
Yeah.
Yes. Now she'd say, Christine, do you want a cup of tea? I'd say, no, Nana, I'm all right. She said, John, Christine wants a drink.
Right.
I'd say, no, Nana, if you want me to make you a drink, this is when she was very devious. I think, if you want me to make you a drink, I will. But you see, Grandad was in charge of the kitchen. You know the dynamic of a family, of a couple that have been together 50 odd years. It was like, I don't want nobody messing with that kettle in our kitchen. So I never... But they were lovely. They were really kind to me. Lydia, after Trevor died, and of course I had...
Because Lydia's been in New Zealand for quite a while, hasn't she? That's her.
My name's Stacey Woodall and I work at the Trades Club. I work on the bar. When I work on the bar, I'm the duty manager, and I've been working over the weekend of the folk festival. And it's been fantastic. Everybody coming to the folk festival have been really friendly, and it's been a lovely atmosphere to work in.
Yeah, it's a great club overall, isn't it?
It is. I really like working here.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people, well, 4 people who'd come for the day out from Blackburn before were astonished to find out that it was a music venue. Looking at all the pictures. Have they been here? Have they been here?
We get a lot of people like that on a Saturday that are coming to Hebden, don't really know much about the town, and then they find the Trades Club and you get that sort of same reaction where they're like, wow, have these played here? They've played here. Well, I came to Hebden to a party and then I never left.
That's not an unusual story, is it? So it is a lovely town, isn't it?
Yes,
it's a great valley. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you. So, talking to Scott, who's here taking photographs all weekend. So, how did you get into being a photographer at the festival here?
I seen something on Facebook a couple of weeks ago actually, and I sort of realised that I need to be proactive with how I try and get jobs, so people don't necessarily come knocking on my door all the time. So I seen something from a band that's played tonight, actually, the Halifax.
The Hot Club of Halifax.
Hot Club of Halifax, a friend of mine, Vernon, who posted something, and I seen that, I thought that sounds like good local fun.
Yeah.
Good summery local fun, and here we are. Luckily, they needed a photographer, so...
But you've been taking photographs all weekend then?
All weekend. It's been good fun, yeah.
Any highlights for you?
Oh, I think it's quite funny actually, because I'd probably never go to a folk festival if it was on the table. I'm usually somewhere else, but I thought, give it a go. Why not? You need to try things sometimes. And I've been really surprised by everything, because you kind of get an image of what folk is in your head. If you're not into it, you can get an image of sort of old men in tweed playing banjos or whatever. But that's been.
There's not very much of that.
There's none of that. I've seen none of that. I've watched the Morris dances in the town today. It's been a really nice community feel. So I think what it is for the community, I think it's a really nice event.
And you're part of the community now, aren't you?
Todmorden, yeah, and I consider this an extended part of the community. So
yes, well, the whole Calder Valley is, just Todmorden's just at one end of it.
Yeah, it's
Hebden Bridge likes to think it's in the centre.
Everywhere, I suppose, thinks they're at the centre of everything, don't they? So it's been really nice. I've been very grateful to be here.
Mm-hmm. No, good. Well, thanks for that.
I'm Sandy, and I'm with the Fantasy Orchestra Choir, and it's just absolute joy, fun. It doesn't matter if you can't remember the words, or you're a new person, or you've been there from the beginning. Anything goes. It's just fun. We dress up, do some performances, and just have a really great time.
And you all look fantastic, I must say.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. It's great because a lot of people make their own headdresses and everything, so it's very creative in that way as well, So yeah, it's just great fun.
So how long's it been going?
Oh gosh, I'm not too sure. Lois, how long's the Fantasy Orchestra been going in Coldwell?
A year and a half.
Yeah.
And there's about 40 or so of you?
More, like it kind of ebbs and flows, isn't it, with people that join.
I can imagine it's a different number every time you do a show.
Yeah. But yeah, there's usually at least about 50 of us, isn't there?
Yeah. And you get people dipping in and dipping out and dipping back in again.
And some people are brand new.
There's
a small child hidden away at the back somewhere, and John now has been a musician for about 50 years.
So there's some people that were at the workshop this morning joining us.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And you meet in Todmorden? Wednesdays? Whereabouts in Todd? And is anyone allowed to come along?
Yeah, anyone can join. The orchestra normally meet at the Working Men's Social Club, and then the choir we meet at the Lion or the Creative Nature, and then we kind of come together and do
the Golden Lion's the major part of the whole
That's
community,
where it started,
isn't it?
wasn't it?
Well, I'm Sarah, and I'm one of the Hebden Bridge Hill Millers. We're a local Morris troupe, and we specialise in the Cotswold tradition, and we dress up as Nora Batty.
Nora Batty's not very Cotswold, is she?
No, well that's it. It's a real interesting mix of tradition.
I know.
A bit of Yorkshire, a bit of Cotswold.
I've seen the Millies a few times, and people always look before you start dancing. People are thinking, what are these 1950s housewives doing in the streets? Looks great.
Are they on a hen do or something? Yeah, we've often been mistaken for a hen do party.
Yes, quite reasonably.
Yeah. So we've been around for about 20 years.
Yeah.
There's about about 12 of us, 12 to 15 of us. Yeah, we have about 3 musicians. Yeah, all fiddle players. So it's quite gentle and low key because a lot of the other sides, they've got the big bands.
Oh yeah, there's all the blokes with sticks and feathers and everything.
Some of the girls said, we're looking for new dancers, and do you fancy dancing with us? And I said, yeah, right then. Okay.
You dragged into it then?
Yeah, I was dragged into it basically, yeah.